I just have two things I want to address regarding variation. Other than widening the bandwidth of your movement problem solving, one of the most important reasons to consistently add variety into your training is that you can use it to gauge progress. If you can pick any squat variation that you haven't done in several weeks or several months and you can perform it better than you did the previous time, you know you're getting stronger. If you only squat the same 3 variations every time, back squat, front squat, box squat, and all of those lifts are still improving, that's great, but you might just be getting better at the skill of the lifts. Variation confirms an actual increase in strength, not just an increase in skill. So then I was asked on Instagram what the right amount of variation is. Now obviously this largely depends on personal preference, goals, training history, and a lot of other things. But if you're just someone that enjoys training and wants to be big, strong, and athletic, and you don't necessarily care too much about your PRs, just pick some sort of variation of your main exercises, do the variations for 2 to 4 weeks, and then switch up the variation to something new. And keep your primary exercise that you do care about the most in pretty consistently. Maybe that's just a back squat, or a bench press, or a conventional deadlift. But even if you go like a month or so without doing your primary exercise, is not going to be an issue. When deciding on what variations to include, think about emphasizing one of several things. Overloading or underloading the movement. Overloading would be putting your body into an advantageous position to lift more weight than you normally do. Underloading is just the exact opposite. Increasing or reducing the range of motion. Changing up the application of how the load is on your body. Changing up the speed or the tempo of the lift, like a slow eccentric or a pause. Or changing the strength curve, so something like accommodating resistance. Now, I don't accept that certain variations of the main lifts are going to target specific portions of those lifts that's going to transfer to your performance on the main exercise in any meaningful way. Now, some people can experience this, but mostly variation is performed for the sake of variation. By the very nature of it being variation, it's general, not specific. Now, when it comes to accessory type exercises, single leg work, single joint work, I do think it's absolutely appropriate to change those exercises every session if you want to. The dynamic correspondence from those exercises to your main exercises is very low anyways, and no one really cares about your 1 rep max on a step up or a reverse lunge. With those types of exercises you can really play around with the most. They're typically less fatiguing, lighter in absolute loads, meant more for just building tissue capacity, and it really just doesn't matter that much what you do. Hopefully that helps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.